everyone, and just very quickly before I start, thank you so much to the previous 4 Ignite speakers. They were all really, really excellent talks. So, I used to be in a bad relationship with a rug. I loved the rug, but it had tassels that never stayed straight, and I couldn't cope with wonky tassels because, I mean, as anyone who knows me will know, I just need things to be straight. So, yeah, in too many cases, content is in a bad relationship with the back end of a website. In a relationship, we all have needs. Your content is no different. So what does your content need? To be satisfied, your content needs to go to lots of places. This might mean going onto a website, social media platforms, onto Medium, into apps, emails, Alexas, and even to places we haven't even discovered yet. Does it get that from the back end of a website? No. Traditional CMSs only publish content to websites, which means that content is created in multiple places, in multiple systems, by multiple people, and it gets messy. To reach its potential, your content needs to be understood. Semantic structure that reflects the meaning of the content, is really important, especially if your content is going to work in multiple places. Your content needs to not be forced to be something it's not. Does it get that from the back end of a website? Not usually. Content gets forced into standard web content templates like pages and posts, which may not necessarily be suitable. To be happy, your content needs to be cared for. The way content gets created and maintained is really important. Content needs to be maintained throughout its life cycle, not just published and forgotten about. Does it get that from the back end of a website? No. Because back-end website CMSs are usually designed by developers for developers, which means that content workflow and governance are not often considered. And if they are considered, they're retrofitted in an awkward way. To be fulfilled, your content needs to be respected. Content needs to be seen as an important discipline in its own right, and not as filler for a website. Does it get that from the back end of a website? No. Back-end website CMSs have a dual function: to power the website from a technical point of view and to manage the content. People often elide the two and think of website management roles as technical rather than creative, strategic, or editorial. It's not just about copying, pasting, and pushing buttons. To be calm, your content needs to have a nice place to live. Content needs a user-friendly interface where non-technical content experts can do their best work. Does it get that from the back end of a website? Not usually. The content interface in lots of CMSs is clunky and secondary to the technical functions. They're just not made for each other. But that's okay, because I think there's a better way. We can set our content free. I'm not going to go into the different technical solutions right now, but there are decoupled content management systems that I think that we should be thinking about, and they do these things. I think what we need in order to effectively and efficiently manage our content is something that's designed for all content, that's built around the needs of creators and editors, that creates once and publishes everywhere, and that isn't wedded to a single particular channel. We have a better shot at creating semantically structured, connected, and future-proof content if we set it free from the back end of our website. So going back to the rug, I now own a new rug, which doesn't have any tassels, and we are much happier together. Thank you very much.